There's an unfortunate reality that you all have to deal with. Life in general is difficult. It's hard. It takes risks. It involves challenges. We all know this. We all accept it from childhood on. Honestly, it's only a matter of time before you realize that your parents eventually stop paying for things. And then you have to start learning what the price tag for things like unlimited data really are. But there's also uncommonly different, unconventionally difficult circumstances that we face. Things, whether that's difficulty conceiving, miscarriages, or just premature death. We just mechanical failures of the objects we need in order to get through daily life. Economic circumstances that people far away that you've never met made decisions, and the consequences of those have resulted in you losing your investments, losing your financial security, your future hopes and things, and actual natural disasters. Storms blow in, and destroy homes, and like, life is what it is. And they leave us with these questions of, why has this happened to me? Why is this occurring? And of course there's the fundamental explanations. Why did that storm happen? Because storms happen. Why did we live in an area that has tornadoes? There's only a matter of time before the roulette ball lands on your number for getting hit by one. Why do financial crises happen? Why do cars break down? And you can trace some of that back to, well, you didn't take care of the things that you were given. You didn't steward them effectively the way that you should have. But also, there's the truth of God's sovereignty. Why did God let this happen? Is the real question underneath when person's asking, why did this happen to me? If they come from a religious standpoint, they're actually asking the question of, why did God let this happen to me? And we can relate a lot with the story of Job in that moment, of that a person who did nothing wrong and yet had nothing but wrong happen to him. Well, C.S. Lewis has this wonderful quote, which I'm going to butcher. I'm going to kind of generally summarize for you. It's called God's Megaphone, is kind of the title of it, in which it says that, like, we have good times and God whispers to us in those times, and He speaks to us in the moments of celebration, but He shouts to us in our moments of suffering, that they act as God's megaphone to a stubborn and unlistening people. That we don't want to hear God's voice when things are good because we want to take the credit for it. But when things get bad, that's when we actually turn our eyes up and start looking, where is God in this situation? We're much more supple, I guess. We've been tenderized towards pursuing God more in those hardships than when things were going well for us, right? And the simple reality is that we're not very good at listening for or listening to God. And God will do whatever is necessary for our benefit in order to break our pride, so that we will listen and follow Him. And that's just the reality. So be encouraged in that. If things are hard for you right now, it's because God is speaking to you. If be encouraged as well that if things are good for you right now, that God is still speaking to you, but it's a lot harder to hear in those times. So it takes more discipline to pursue Him. So in either condition, rain or shine, that all circumstances should be drawing us back into closeness and intimacy to learn more about the God who we claim to worship.